raise of hands if you ever had that day, the day you plan to be the CEO of your life, and by noon, you are demoted to intern of chaos. Show me your hands. Perfect. Burnt toes, missing shoes, a baby who thinks 3 a.m. is the perfect time for a stand up. And somehow, you are supposed to look camera ready for a 9 a.m. Zoom call. For some people, that's a rough day. For me, that was my entire summer. My support system, spotty. My coffee, doing overtime. And my hair, as you see, fully resigned. I was trying to be perfect while feeling painfully imperfect inside. Because somewhere along the way, we were told, a good woman handles everything perfectly. And every night, as I collapsed into bed, I'd whisper, am I enough? If that sounds familiar to any of you, you are not alone. So many of us, especially mothers, are living caught between guilt and survival. Then one night, mid-diaper change, mid-meltdown, I cracked. Out of sheer desperation, I opened an AI app. Not because I thought it was magical, but because it didn't judge. I was right there. And honestly, for those postpartum weeks, that was revolutionary. I typed 15-minute indoor games for kids while I feed the baby. Guess what? It worked. No duct tapes, no sibling injuries. Then, snack ideas with oats that don't taste like cardboard. Shockingly, my kids ate it without gagging. Finally, I typed weekly schedule with meals, homework, games, and a nap. Mine, not the baby's. And suddenly, I felt something, a breathing room. Was it perfect? No. But enough, surely enough to remind me. Maybe I wasn't feeling, just flailing. That night, something shifted. I realized help doesn't always look like a person. Sometimes it maybe just looks like a prompt. A few days later, something small but very huge happened for me. My daughter walked into the kitchen and said, Mama, you're smiling today. And I froze because I didn't even realize that I hadn't been. And that's when I understood. I wasn't tired of motherhood. I was just tired from trying to be flawless. AI didn't replace anyone or anything, but it gave me calm answers, zero judgment, instant support, and yes, a breathing room. And with that breathing room, probably I got my smile back. I got my patience back, or let's say maybe somewhat back. But for sure, I got myself back. Suddenly, we had time to do goofy dances in the kitchen. And we have a favorite one. You can join me if you want. We call it the womp womp dance. We sing terribly, we burn pancakes joyfully, and actually live, not just survive. For the longest time, I thought being a good mother meant doing everything myself. But this summer broke that myth. Being a good parent or a good human isn't about perfection. What is it about? It's about courage. And sometimes courage looks like whispering, I can't do this alone. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. More and more people around the world quietly depend upon online tools, apps for emotional support, recipes, learning, and something else, sanity. Not because they are all failing, but because, and listen to me, but because they are choosing to survive without burning out. So here's what I learned. You do not have to do it all. You do not have to be perfect. And you do not have to pretend you're okay when you are barely holding it together. Strength is not doing everything alone. Strength is saying 4 words most of us struggle to say. I need some help. Whether that help comes from a person, a community, or even an app, let it in, because perfection is a prison. But asking for help, that is freedom. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is let help in. And if that sounds silly, that's okay. But if you are just one burned toast away from a breakdown, maybe that's not silly at all. So let me leave you with a story from last week that happened. Listen to it carefully. I was in the kitchen when my older two tucked my hand and said, Mama, can we do the womp womp dance again? That silly little dance we created on a very chaotic day became their favorite memory. And that's when I realized my kids don't need perfection. What they need is just me, present, silly, alive. So ask for help, make space to live, because the world doesn't need perfect you. What it needs is, you'll have to raise your hands with me. What it needs is, it needs your womp womp dance version. Thank you.